prehistoric creatures, and it was you know, a wild and truly biotic place. And what happened was changes in the atmosphere and changes in ocean. Cold water came in, and that started to kill off a lot of the species that needed that warmer water. So they started to fall down and die to the bottom. And as that started to happen, our oceans also started to recede. So then our oceans were receding, and we were having all these prehistoric animals start piling up. And actually, if you go on a hike or if you look on any of the mountains, if you pay specific attention, you can see these fossils. You can see the fossils. It's really cool. So as that started to happen, we also had a little bit of tectonic action. The plates started to come together, and then these mountains started to form. So that was about 200 to 100 million years ago. So these mountains started to form out of limestone and sandstone. So the stones here, the rocks here, as you can tell, they're not the sturdiest of rocks. The dirt here, the soil's not that great. It's all limestone and sandstone. So limestone's made out of those shells, so it's really neat to see. And then the sandstone as well. And sandstone you'll see a lot more throughout the desert, more towards Red Canyon, Red Rock Canyon. So that's what happened. And then actually, what's really neat is the mountain's not getting taller anymore. The valley is falling. So the way that it is, Vegas is actually sinking slowly and slowly. So the plate is actually moving this way now. So our mountain is staying the same elevation, but you know, hundreds and hundreds of years, you'll see Vegas's elevation sinking and sinking and sinking. So that's kind of a little bit of a geographic history of the area. Once the mountains start to portray, and once you get up, as you drive up, you see a whole lot of different ecosystems. From the bottom of Vegas, you know, it's true saltbrush desert. You know, not a whole lot grows, and the stuff that grows is very hardy. And as you drive up, you go through 7 different ecosystems. From there, all the way to the top of Mount Charleston, which is considered an alpine ecosystem. So I can't remember.
What does that mean when they say desert alpine?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So when they classify ecosystems, a lot of times they classify it on plant life. So what you see, what's living there. So towards the valley, you're just going to see small grasses and, you know, tough vegetation. The alpine, or the subalpine, the alpine ridge, beyond the alpine, you're going to see maybe a bristlecone tree or two, and then you're going to see a whole lot of moss and lichen. So like Mount Charleston, like the top of Mount Charleston, the top of these ridges where you don't see any trees at all, like the top of the hills and the top of the mountains.
That's the alpine.
That's